Hey everybody, welcome to my live. I'm going to try putting this black piece of paper here so I can see the chat better because it disappears into my, oh gosh, just a second. I thought I had that volume off. Oh my goodness. Just when you think you got everything all ready to go, right? That's how it goes. I'm back. Sorry about that. Hi, Dara. Hi, Dee Dee. Oh, I was so sad for you. That was so frustrating today that your Wi-Fi was being a PETA. That made me mad. Lucy, I didn't have the heart to kidnap her today. I was having a hard time running around getting everything ready. Hi, Keeks. Oh. Hi, Dar. Hey, Beth. Hi, Diane. Good to see you all. So today we're going to be doing some Egyptian theme gel printing and maybe starting my Egyptian journal. So that's what we're going to do in a little bit. Hi, Elizabeth. Got an hour and a half. Okay. Hi, Christina. Hey, Becky. Working and lurking. You do that. So if you guys didn't catch me, I was on the Messy Palettes channel last Thursday, and we did embossing fabric. I used cardstock. I adhered my fabric to cardstock using double stick tape, and I made these different things. Hi, Pamela. Hey, Dana. So these are the cards that I made, and I posted them to Instagram and Facebook. So I did the backgrounds on her channel, and then I finished them up afterwards. I think this one is my favorite. Oh, sorry, it's backwards today. I thought I had it flipped. Oops, I forgot. Hi, Anne. Hope you can find some time to relax. This one, I cut this into like little fringe. And then this one at the back side I also did. I did both sides. Hi, Star Traveler. And then this one is sort of like a steampunk. This was fabric from one of my husband's old ties. This was from a fabric exchange. This too, and the gears, that's from the embossing folder. So if you didn't see our joint stream on her channel, go check it out. This one says, be fearlessly authentic. It's okay if they don't like you. So that's what that says if you can't read backwards. And I had other stuff ready to go that I just never got to. When I was on her stream, I put the double stick tape on the fabric, and then I was piecing the fabric on it. But then when I watched my own video from like 4 years ago, I realized what I had done on that video, hi Missy, is I took the double stick fabric and put it on the double stick tape, put it on the fabric, and then I cut the fabric into square, took the double stick tape off, and then put it on the cardstock. So that you could see, like, it's a little bit messy, but that would have been the easier way to do that one. So yeah. And then I also made one of the things that, hi Vale, happy Wednesday. One of the things that Messy Palette Diane did is she used her embossing folder and she put like paint on the raised areas. So I tried that with, this is fabric I had from like some leggings from the thrift store, stretchy fabric. So I put it through, that says happy. So it didn't really work. The paint didn't really work. So I ended up having to like put the paint in there after. But I made this little tag. So, and I added the fringe at the back. So that's kind of fun. That was kind of fun. Sorry, it's backwards. The other thing I did this week, oh, speaking of which, a lot of the ones I did were with baby wipes. So that's a baby wipe, like an inky baby wipe. That's an inky baby wipe. That was an inky baby wipe. So I had all my fabrics in like this 12 by 12 case, but I had them in 2 cases. But then when I realized how many inky baby wipes I ended up, hi Kenny, good to see you. I ended up taking them out of that, and then I divided them into rainbow order. This one's like blue and purple inky baby wipes. And these are like greens and pinks and different neutrals. And I thought, okay, I have enough inky baby wipes. I don't need any more. But then this weekend I was working and I made another one. And I couldn't throw it away because it was so like Halloween. So save your inky baby wipes, inky painty baby wipes. Okay, I think that covers that. And the other thing I did was last week I was showing you the prints I had tried making with this sun paper. So again, you can't read it. It says sun print paper, $2 at the Dollarama. So I did, and I wasn't happy with the results. So I did a test, and this was 10 minutes. It says on the bottom, 10 minutes. This was 20 minutes. This was 30 minutes in the sun. This was 40 minutes in the sun. This was an hour in the sun, and this was 2 hours. So last week's, I think Diane thought maybe I had overexposed them. So I just think it's not very good paper. So I just wanted to share that. So I'm not going to play with this paper this fall anymore, but I might do something in the winter. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to coat it with the cyanotype from Jacquard. Okay, so I think I liked this background here. It's much easier to see the chat, so you guys didn't have to look up my nose so much and my finger wasn't covering the camera. So we're going to turn around. We're going to go to the desk. If you get seasick, just, you know, close your eyes for a minute. And I have to turn this around there. Oops. There we go. And I've closed 2 of my curtains to get rid of some of the shine that I was having, the reflections in my glasses. So I think that worked. So I had the bathroom window blind down and this window blind down. And these have like shears on them. So I think that works pretty good to get the glare off my glasses when I'm facing you guys. All right, so we have a bit of happy mail to show. I'm just going to try to straighten out my camera. And okay, let's see if I missed anybody. I don't think I missed anybody. If I missed saying hello, it wasn't on purpose. Feel free to put up your hand and I will give you a hello. Okay, so I'm going to show some happy mail. So this happy mail is from Joanne Newman, and it's going to go with my Egyptian journal, so we'll come back to that. This wasn't happy mail, but I found this at the Dollar Tree. So just some fun postcard size like food art. So that might be, some of those might be in a giveaway. Hi, Jackie. And next week is giveaway day, the first Wednesday of the month. And then after that, next Wednesday I'm here, but following that I will be away. So I will be away from the 8th to the 29th. But I am working on videos to release in my absence. I've got 2 filmed. One of those I've got edited and uploaded and scheduled. The other one I'm almost done editing it. So then I just have 2 more, I think, shorter videos I'm hoping to film. And just so you guys don't forget about me while I'm gone, right? Hey, Janet Boss Lady, good to see you. Can everybody hear me okay? I feel like my camera is askew. Am I askew? Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. So this was a giveaway from Kathy Berg, and it was sort of, it was fish themed. So I posted this on my Instagram stories. That's where I usually post happy mail, is on my stories. And thank you, Kathy Berg, for these awesome ephemeras. I do have a sea ocean themed journal that I've been collecting things for that I just haven't got to yet. So this is going to go in there. This is a napkin. I feel a tickle in my throat. This is a tag that she made, that Kathy Berg made using, these are collage soup images. I recognize those guys. This is a card that she made as well. Really fun fish. Hi, Kathleen. Thanks for coming, everybody. I noticed that's these are collage soup images as well from, I think, Something's Fishy. I have that book. And that's from Kathy Berg. Thank you, Kathy Berg. I'm going to just take a sip of my coffee because I'm going to start coughing here in a second. Me, la, la, la. Hoo, hoo, hoo. All right. And then Joanne, last week when I said I was going to do an Egyptian journal, Joanne decided, Joanne Newman said she emailed me a bunch of Egyptian ephemera. So I'm going to go through this. And this is a lovely card that she sent me. And she says, I'm thrilled you are starting an Egyptian journal. Hope the enclosed helps with your creativity. And it certainly does. Hi, Lena. And so all of these digitals are from these Etsy shop. Well, this card is from Madame Treacle. So the Etsy sellers, I don't know, I'm not going to say which is which, but if you're looking, if you like some of these images, you can check out Craft and Cherish, Callus 2 Designs 80, and Craft Art Story. So those are where these digitals are from. So I'm going to just zip through them quickly, and then I'm going to show you stuff I've collected for my journal and discuss. I'm not sure how I'm going to proceed with my journal, but so these are all very inspiring. Like I said when I was showing my, I love that cat, my ATC swap items that I got, how I love the theme of Egypt and aliens. I think it comes from, the Egypt part comes from when I was in grade 6 and we had to do a project. And I think actually it was my first mixed media piece. I had my dad, he made me a frame out of hockey sticks. And then we put a burlap sack on it with staples. And then I remember I did a painting. It was like a King Tut sarcophagus. I don't remember if I used paints or oil, pastels. I don't remember, but it was kind of like my first foray into mixed media, but I didn't know it. So these are all very inspiring. The imagery and the color combos. Some of them that are duplicate, I might include in my giveaway next week. And Joanne's very smart. She prints them on the backs of maybe coloring book pages she doesn't plan to do. I think that's raw. I need to learn more about Egypt. I like the theme of Egypt. I watch, pyramid. I watch like YouTube videos about the pyramids and stuff, but Lena, who's here in chat, she has a very funny video where if you look on her YouTube, if the thumbnail is of a watercolor of the pyramids, and in that stream that she did, she talked about when she went to Egypt with her husband and all the scams that to watch out for. Yes, they are very sharp and beautiful images. Thank you, Joanne. That's so cool. I think I'm going to cut this one out for some color inspiration. I'm just going to cut it like that. So we're going to keep that one out for color inspiration. So there's lots to go through. That's cool. It's like gold and Titan buff. And then that dark blue. Keep that out for color inspiration too. So I've got lots to flip through, and these are all the same. So that might end up in my giveaway next week as well. Let me just do this. I hope you guys can see these okay. Just trying to flip through. And Joanne is a fellow Canadian. Da, 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 da. Very cool. And when I posted this in my Instagram stories, I chose the music from The Mummy Returns. So I don't know if anybody saw that story, if they recognize that that musical score. I'm gonna keep that out for color. Jugs. And then this is another, like a different color family. I don't know which. That looks like my brother's old cat. And then this is more of a royal, like a Prussian blue, and this is more like a teal blue. So I think we'll keep some of those out for color inspiration as well. Yeah, this teal. Getting there. So Joanne sent lots of goodies. She's very generous. She's very generous. I hope I'm on camera enough. Hey, Utah. How are you? Okay, so that's the Joanne ephemera. Yes, great ephemera as always. And if you missed it, these are the Etsy sellers that she got those from. Craft and Cherish, Callisto Designs 80, and Craft Art Story. So check out those Etsy sellers. Now this was in my pile over here. I've got what was in my pile of my Egyptian ephemera. This is a hand carved stamp that I made in 2020, one of my first stamps. This is on eraser. This was on that speedy carve material. This is an inky baby wipe that I thought would be cool in my Egyptian journal. Keep your inky, painty baby wipes. This is a napkin that Zandra, Scraps to Beauty, sent me. And I just, it has 2 cats on it. I took one and I went ahead and I matte mediumed it to a piece of cardstock. And I wasn't sure. Here's where I need some help. So I had 2 ideas. I'm going to go to more of this stuff in a second, but my idea was I have this journal idea, and this is inspired by Dee Dee Willingham. So this is my Art Nouveau / nature journal. I'm just going to see if I'm on screen there. So this is the style that one of the styles Dee Dee does where you don't use a lot of wet material. You use like stencils, but with inks. So this is my Art Nouveau. Some of these things I actually won from Dee Dee as well. This is like a Klimt page. I used a Japanese, whatchamacallit, flower arranging thing. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through this. So I added Art Nouveau with nature. And Dee Dee also has like, she has an Art Nouveau one and nature one. Alice in Wonderland. I can't remember all the other ones. This is from Zandra. I put a Z there. And then just different. So that's my Art Nouveau / nature journal. This is a bookmark I found that I think I sent Dee Dee some of these bookmarks. And so that's as far as I got. So initially I was thinking I would take this journal and I would turn it over and over and go from the back forward, going from the back that way and make this Egyptian going that way. And then I have this Klimt paper that's kind of Egyptian. It sort of reminds me of Egyptian and Art Nouveau. So I thought I'd just kind of stick it in the middle and maybe that would be the delineation. Hey, Jean. So do you guys think that's a good idea? And then I thought for the cover, I could either put this on the cover and maybe stamp Egypt, Or I had this gel print. Where did it go? Here it is. I had this gel print that I had made using one of my bridge stencil. Which way does it go? Like that? No, that's not right. Like that. So I had this, and it has, that's an eye from PMR Studio, and then this is my bridge stencil from PMR Studio. So I thought, well, what if I cut it down and I glue it on the cover? And then I could put this jackal that, a die cut jackal that Zandra sent me. I could put that on here. What do you guys think? This one, bridge stencil, or the cat for the cover? I'm just gonna take a second. Joanne says the cat on the cover. Okay. Hey Casey, good to see you. We're talking about an Egyptian themed journal. I'm just gonna have another sip of coffee here. Kenny says the cat. Diane says the cat. Okay, the cat wins. So maybe this will go inside here. This could be our, I could put it here, or I could put it here. That could be the inside cover. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, so we're going to do that. That's going to be the cover then. You guys help me decide that. And there'll be something else on there. And then these are other things that I have. This is from El Noel, from a swap we did. This, I don't know, I think it's from the thrift store. These are collage soup images I had put aside. This is collage soup. These were from a stained glass book I found at the thrift store by Julia Botrel, and it had some Egyptian themed glass, or I thought that would be cool to trace. I think it's the same. Oh, it's this image here, right? So I could trace that and make my own gel print, and then she used gold leaf. So I could trace some of those on the gel plate as well. So those would be, I could use those in this journal. This is from a magazine. This is from a local travel, like a AMA travel magazine. And then I found in a stash of my mom's travel books, I thought they've been to Egypt, so I thought she probably had an Egyptian book. So I've got like lots of things I can pull out of here to add to my journal. And you know, this is a book, this is actually a ticket that they used for the Luxor Temple, Edfu Temple, Esna Temple, Karnak Temple. So these are real tickets from my parents from their travels. So that's very special to me. And now this book is purchased in Luxor, Egypt, February 27, 1990. So I think I would be honoring it by maybe including it in my journal. Maybe some people think that's sacrilegious. Boule. Maybe keep it smooth if I want to work both ways. Yeah, I'm going to keep it, it's mostly like gluing and collaging. So if I have gel prints, I can put strips of the gel prints. I'm not going to do the gel prints right in there. Hi Star Traveler. I'm just wondering what you're saying or boule about. I must have missed the beginning of that. I can't see that. Hi Cindy. This is a embossing folder that Diane sent me, Diane Bell. So it's kind of, that would make a good imprint on the gel plate. These are stencils that, we get a piece of black paper. Da, da, da. These are stencils that Zandra sent me when she sent me some Egyptian themed things. So Zandra sent me those. I don't know, they're pretty generic looking. I don't know what brand they are, sorry. And there's the other half of that napkin. So that's why I put it on the white cardstock so that it would be nice and bright. See, if you put it on a darker color, it mutes it, and I wanted to keep it bright. Oh, Susan Sedona Boulay, artist of the card. Okay. And then some die cuts. And then this is also, I've shown this before in Happy Mail that Zandra had sent me. So she sent me washi tape, some wax seals. Ooh, that would look good on the cover, I think. These wax seals, because they're very dimensional, so I might not want to put them inside, but I could put, that would be cool, the scarab there. And maybe one in each corner, or maybe I could line them up. That would be cool on the cover. Could do that, and then I could put Egypt, or I don't know if I have to put Egypt because it's pretty, you know, but that would be cool on the cover, those wax seals that Zandra made. Oh, there's another one. And that one. So very cool stuff. And the washi tape that she sent me, that'll look cool in that journal. This is the other washi tape. So very cool Happy Mail from Zandra that will get incorporated into the Egypt journal. So my thought was like that style of journal, or do I want to do a bigger journal, more mixed media? So maybe I'll end up with 2 Egypt journals. These are some die cut leftovers I had. And then the rest is just kind of gel prints, like a cleanup print. This print is one we did last week using Carrie the Crafter's eyes, foam stamps from PMR Studio. That was when we used the, what's that called? The silicone. Hey, Sherry SWL. Hi, me. Hi, Linda. Quick drop-in is always appreciated. And then these, it's another cleanup print. And then when we were doing the, oh, here's another hand-carved stamp. And then that's on that black deli paper that Dee sent me. That's my dragon eye stencil. Pieces of that might be interesting. And then I think this one we did on the gel, on the silicone pad with my DNA stencil. I think that would be nice in that journal as well. So I have bits and pieces to use. So today I thought we'd work on maybe making some more gel prints to go in the journal. And oh, I also grabbed out some gold leaf because that's very Egyptian. You can use that on the jelly plate. So that's the gold leaf, the fake, it's a faux gold leaf. It's not real gold leaf. It's this product is not edible. So don't eat it. Don't lick your journal. And then, so I pulled out some other stencils. So I've got these ones that Zandra sent me. And then I've got this Sophia stamp, which I thought might be good with some of those. Let me just open up my curtain a little bit just to get a bit more. So you don't have to have a stencil that is Egyptian. So I'll show you some of the stencils I pulled out. This is a PM Artist Studio stencil, which is sort of like more like alien. I've used it in my Ancient Aliens journal. That might be a good stencil. That would kind of work for Egyptian. This is one of my bridge stencils. I think with the right colors, that would look Egyptian. That's Suspension in Eye. And then this was that one that I showed you on the other, that was the one, the possible cover. This one is City Bridges Style 1, because the sun, I think, makes it look, and the rays make it look Egyptian. I thought these geometric shapes, you know, there's a little bit of pyramid aspect in here. These are 3D cube reversals. It's one of my designs. This one is beam burst lines. So to me, a lot of these give me like Egyptian feel. And this is a City Bridges Style 3, and this is based on my hometown of Edmonton. And we have a like a greenhouse that's a pyramid. So this here is actual pyramid that we have in Edmonton. So I'm not obviously going to play with all these today. This is the one we used last week, Dragon DNA, and that's how we made that one that I showed you. And then these are some non-PNM artist stencil. This one is a generic one. I don't know from where, but I think with gold leaf that would look kind of cool. This is Moon and the Maker, which I think is now Stencil Girl. It's a KFP stencil. So it's got the eye of, is that Eye of Horus? This is also Moon and Maker, and it's called Christmas Trees, I think, or Tree, what's it called? Tree Farm. It's called Tree Farm, but if you look at it from the perspective of Egypt, it's kind of Egyptian, right? So use what you have. Just look at things with like a different eye, maybe. Okay. So let's grab out a gel plate or two. And actually, that's what I didn't do. Okay. So let's put these. So obviously, we're not going to get to everything today. I just wanted to show you, you know, options and ideas. Maybe we'll try to get at least one page done. So I don't know. Okay, so let's grab out, I'm thinking 8x10 plates because we can always cut something in two, right? Because this, what's the size of this journal? The size of this journal is, because I was thinking it's a pretty thick journal. There's no way I'm going to do Art Nouveau and nature like all the way across. So might as well mix it up. Hi, Ivy. Nice to meet you. So it's 5.5 by 8.25. So if we have an 8x10 print and we cut it in half, that's 4 by 5. 4 by 5, or we just take it. I can't think, but we'll figure it out. So we can. The point is, we can use pieces. We don't have to use the whole print in there. Okay, so let's lift off our. Do you guys want me to zoom out or zoom in or straighten myself out? I feel really crooked here. Let's do that. Is that a bit better? Sorry, I'm so crooked. Hi, Patty. This one still has some of the dragon eye on it. So let's make some prints for about an hour, and then let's take the last half hour to try to cobble together a page or two. We'll do one at a time. Let me zoom out. Maybe I'm just too close. Oakley dokley. So I pre-picked a few colors that I thought would look cool. Let's start with this one. They are fun, Ivy. They are very fun. So this one has a little bit of that Dragon DNA stencil still on it. So let's layer it with something else. Maybe a color, something. So that's a bit of this stencil on there. So what would look good layered? Maybe this would look interesting. Let's try that. So I'm going to just go ahead and instead of putting the color down and then the stencil and then lifting up through the holes, I'm going to put the stencil down and then we'll put the color through, the paint through. Okay, let's do some teal or black. What if we do metallics and then we pick it up with black? So this is metallic aquamarine Craft Smart. Yes, that's a good point, Keeks. Last week I used a silicone mat instead of a traditional gel plate. If you're just starting with gel plating, I recommend starting with a 5x7 gel plate if you want to go ahead and get a gel plate. If you want to just try the ideas behind it, go ahead and watch my live from last week because it was a pretty good gel printing dupe, I would say. Yes, it was silicone mat. So yeah, check out last week's live stream if you want to know more about that. So I'm just going to, now when you're rolling over a stencil, you need to put probably more paint than you think. And metallics dry pretty quickly. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to flop that off onto this black piece. And then I'm going to roll this off. And then roll that again. Thanks, Star. So these we can even add layers to, but even like that. So in the journal, and then just with like some simple ephemera, you know, would be pretty cool. So it doesn't have to be all fancy schmancy, right? And this you could do, you don't even need a gel plate. You just put your paint on your stencil, take your stencil, flip it over, right? Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. Let's get out our other plate. And let's grab a stencil. Just thinking this one. Let's do like an eye theme. So let's use black. Oh, I made, actually instead of black, I have this ivory black, which is more of a brown black, which I thought, I used it the other day and it looked pretty cool. I don't want to get paint on these. It looked pretty cool with gold. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Janet Vishy Bomb Bomb. We've got lots of people coming today. Thanks, guys. Turn that over. So it's a kind of a transparent black. It's more of a brown black, but it's kind of a rich color at the same time. Okay. Put that there, and then let's get, this is the painter's mask paper that you get at the hardware store. Now, one of the things we found using the silicone mat, or that I found, was that because it's not as squishy as a gel plate, this technique is difficult to do, like using a stencil on it. I found it was great for stamping and for, we even did an image transfer, surprisingly. But it was a little tricky when we used a stencil. But this is, where is it? Just looking for that gel print. This one. This is one we did on the silicone mat using a stencil, the Dragon DNA stencil. So it turned out great, but it was a struggle. So we're going to do a mini haul. Let's do this Prussian blue. It looks purple, but it's actually a very deep blue. I have such fond memories of my grade 6 project. That's a beautiful blue. And then let's just go ahead and slap this back on. Okay. And let's use that metallic blue. So I'm not really letting things dry in between. Since this is metallic, let's pick it up on a black piece of paper. And I'm just going to use paper, not cardstock, because if we're putting it in our journal, it would be nice to have a thinner paper. So it's still been fairly warm here. It's definitely getting fall-ish weather. How are you guys all doing with your weather there? So look at that. Ooh, so simple yet effective. Look at that. I love that. And like, again, how cool would that look together with some of the ephemera that Joanne sent me, right? I'm going to just put these over here because they're still wet. Now we also have this kind of reddish color. Let's do this alizarin crimson hue permanent. Kenny says it's still summer in Southern California. Isn't it always sunny in summer there? Do you actually have a fall? My final pickup is going to be gold, I think. I think we'll do this red, and then we'll do our final pickup with the gold. Da, da, da. This one I need more of a... This would be good with the carnival paper, which I don't have any, but I have this medical exam paper. I'm going to just cut off a piece quickly because that's drying. And okay, and I'm going to trim that here. Because if you use regular tissue and this paint dries, it's going to probably rip. So I don't want to pull out too much of the red. I do want to leave some of that red in there. It kind of turned like a maroon color, which is okay. All right, now you have to cut more of that. I still feel like my view looks crooked. Does it look crooked to you guys? Is that better? I feel like it's, I don't know. So I'm gonna lift this off and let's put the back side on a paper and see if we can get some paint off. Star says that the leaves are already starting to turn color. Yeah, ours are turning yellow here. Diane in BC, they're having beautiful weather. Of course you are. And Star Traveler says it's in the 70s here, nice and warm this past week. So there's our flop off, which is, you know, it needs more layers, but we'll put it in the more layer pile. And then I'm going to put this stencil away for now. And where's the, I don't know where its cover sheet went, but that's okay. I'll just put it over here. So now we're going to let that one dry, and then we're going to pull it with gold. I'm going to pull that with gold. I think it's going to look pretty cool. All right. I'm going to get my handy dandy drying fan, this here, and I'm going to put it off to the side to dry that print or dry that gel plate. This one's dry. Okay, so we know we have gold on here, just a bit of gold, and we have this metallic blue. I think it would set off nicely with like maybe a Payne's gray or black. Let's do Payne's gray, or we could do, let's do half Payne's gray and half black, but not the ivory black. That's, I think I want more of a black. Hi, Belinda. Thanks, Becky. Becky's also a designer for PM Artist Studio. She has her own YouTube channel and she makes some pretty cool, funky designs herself. We'll put that aside to maybe add a layer or two. So this is the Payne's Gray by Liquitex, and this is Black Amsterdam. Okay, why am I so crooked? I'm so sorry. Why am I so crooked? The paint has to dry on the plate. So you can, if it's wet, it will stick to the paper. If you want to add another layer, you need to let the first layer dry. Otherwise, you're just going to smush it around. But to pick up the layers, you need the wet paint to do that. So we got the Payne's Gray on the left side, which is like a deep blue. And we've got black on the right. This plate has a little bit of a divot right there. Oh, I think I thinned it too much. Darn it. Just gonna spread that way. I thinned it too much. We lost some of our Payne's Gray. All right, I need a piece of paper. So now I put the paper on the paint that's wet, and then all the layers below it are gonna suck up onto the paper. I'm a little sad that I think I lost the Payne's Gray. So you can't see the colors very well because my plate is yellow from using alcohol inks on my plate. So we're gonna let that dry. And our other one is still wet. The bridge one that we did. So let's grab out a 5x7 plate. Let's do some stamping on this one. I think I would like to use my hand carved stamp, this one. We could even combine it with, what if we did this one on the bottom and we do this one in between? That might be cool. I'm going to use, I gotta load up my stamp. So here's one of the silicone mats we used last time. Not the bed, this isn't the good one. So let's use black. And if you use acrylic paint, oh, that's the ivory black. Oh, well, if you use the acrylic paint on the rubber stamps, you need to, and on the foam stamps, you need to clean them. So this is going to be very light because it's that ivory black. If we turn it around this way. I'm just going to get a baby wipe out. Hey, Sherry. Ding. All right, and then these are the Carry the Crafters stamps. Oopsie, I think that was my user error there. Ooh, I think I have a large eye stamp as well. Let me grab that out too. Okay, and one, oops, one there. So we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. I didn't have any of this like planned. I just take out possibilities. Where's that eye stamp? This is also a PM Artist Studio stamp design. Try to load it up. Oop. May have overloaded it in that one corner. There was a big blob of paint there. Okay, let's do this. And if it doesn't make the cut in terms of the Egyptian lookingness, that's okay. We're still having fun. I think this one I'm going to add the gold leaf to once it dries. This is pretty blobby right here though. Just going to unblobify it a bit. It would have been better with like the true black, but what can you do? Okay, I'm going to wrap this in the paper baby wipe, and then when I get a chance, I'll bring those to the sink to clean them. So we're going to let that dry, and we're going to put this aside. Okay, let's see if we got something dry over here we can use. I think this is ready to pull. And this is ready to put a layer on. Okay, so this one we're going to use gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the gold on so that we have time to, then we'll be able to pull our other one. And let's spray her off onto this paper here. Okay. So this is my favorite gold. I think I mentioned it last time. This PBO Studio Acrylics High Viscosity Iridescent Precious Gold. Click, click. Now, here's a good point. We were having a discussion with Messy Palette is you don't want to use a metallic paint as your first layer on a clean brayer because it's very hard to take it off. But it's okay to use it on a brayer that has other layers of paint on it. Yes, I've always been fascinated by Egypt. I wonder if it's just the time that I grew up. It was just sort of something that we were all fascinated by. I'm going to go ahead and use the black paper. Give it a good rubby-dub-dub. I appreciate you guys all coming and hanging out with me. It's fun. It's fun hanging out with you guys. My room's a mess after, but it's fun. So next week we're going to be doing our monthly giveaway. I don't know. It's going to just be a bunch of little things usually, or a postcard or whatever, working on something. And then the rest of October I will be away, but I am working on some videos to release. And I think I'll release them like an hour earlier than what I usually go on. So this is the one that had just that little bit of the dragon eye on it. So it's very faint, but it does give it a little bit of interest, right? And that was 3D cube reversal. So let's say, like that would look cool on there, I think. This lady, she'd look cool with that. It's a nice metallic. Okay, so that is a keeper. Let's put that in the to show at the end pile. Okay, so we're waiting for this one to pull. Oh, I should have used a thicker paper. See the black paper I used is not very thick. It wasn't a cardstock. So it's wrinkling because of the water content of the paint. This white paper that I'm using for most of my pulls, this is a 32-pound hammer mill. It's a little bit more substantial, so it doesn't wrinkle as much as like copy paper. And this might even be like thinner than copy paper. But the wrinkles will add a little bit of interest anyhow. So there's no use crying over a wrinkled gel print. So I'm going to put a book on top of that to try to get it to flatten as much as possible while it's drying. And our eye one's not ready yet. Okay, let's pull out, let's do one of these. Sorry, I'm just getting stuff out of my way. Let's do one of these stencils that Zandra sent me. Could do this one. That would be better on a 5x7 plate though, wouldn't it? But we can make it work. Let's see, can we combine it with something else? What about this one, this tree farm one? Sure. Okay, so now what I could do is I could do you know, pan pastels and colorize this all fancy, but I'm not going to do that. We're trying to keep it quick and easy, so I'm just going to use gold over the whole thing. And I should get something to, I think we'll flop it off onto that black paper. I'm just going to get it ready. I don't have enough room. Okay, that's going to be my brayer off over here. And that's going to be where I'm going to flop it off. Okay. So when you're going through a stencil, you need maybe a little bit more paint than you would. Excuse me, if you're going just on the plate first and then putting the stencil down, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's a good layer. And then I'm going to brayer off there. And then we're going to flop off this way. So the flop off gives you the reverse, like the positive. Inside the stencil gives you the negative. Hi, Darcy. Good to see you. Dar's killing it with the links as usual. Okay, so that's that. So that's the flop off. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show it again in a second. And then I have this black paper here, and what we can do now is we can use a baby wipe to get the gold off the stencil. Oops, you don't always have to clean your stencil, but sometimes it gives you cool options, right? So from this one pull, we're going to have 3 different iterations of this figure stencil that Zandra sent me. Okay. Use your paint. Use your paint up. I don't want that to get wet here. Just move that out of the way. Let's do a bit here. Try not to rub on top of that guy there. Okay, so we have, let's do one more. I think we can do that one. No, don't have enough paint left. Okay, so we have that. We have that one. We have this one. That one looks like etchings on a cave wall or a pyramid wall. And then we have this one here that's drying, and then we're gonna add some color. We could actually, let's use this stamp to remove some of that. To remove some of that gold. This is my hand carved stamp. And what I like about it is if you put it end to end, it looks like an eye. Hey, View, good to see you. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And then we have this other one. I have 2 other ones, but I have another one that's similar. Let's just do that. Okay. Thanks, Joanne. I like the blue too. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. And let's see if we have something ready to pull. This one, let's go ahead and put our gold leaf on this. So I'm just gonna take the gold leaf and I'm just gonna smack it down. And this is, I learned this watching Elizabeth St. Hilaire, where she put the whole thing of gold leaf down. Her friend did. And then she crackled it by just moving the plate around. Gold leaf is very messy. And this is just fake gold leaf. Okay, and the plate, the stickiness of the gel plate adheres the gold leaf. You don't have to add any glue. I'm just trying to take off the big pieces. So if I'm missing something you're saying in chat, please feel free to put it in uppercase, capital letters, and I hopefully will see it. Smack it down, that's right. Smack it, whack it, and then we're gonna scrunch it. So I'm gonna take this off this plate here, and we're gonna give it a cracky crack. And that opens up areas. See that? And then this is already dry, so we can just go ahead and pick it up. So we've got like a, it's not a very strong, what if we use green? I think green would look cool. I've got this cyanide green, which isn't my favorite green, but I think in this case, I think it'll look pretty cool. I do recommend you try to get the places where it's doubled up, try to pick those up because they're going to get caught on your brayer. So I'm definitely not going to use my new I'm not using this one. I'm not using my freshly clean brayer. I'm going to use this one. This one could use a cleaning. All right, and then I'm going to use white paper, and I'm going to use that 32-pound hammer mill that I talked about that doesn't get all wrinkly. Oop, I had a little paint snot, that dried part. Okay, so this one I've already got some on there. It's getting stuck on my brayer. That's okay. Just trust the process. Trust the process. Maybe it's better if you just go in one direction. Okay. So hopefully that will pick up the gold and the green. And see that mess? Let's just stick it on here. Let's see if we can get some of it off onto there. That's why I didn't want to use my new brayer. And then I'm going to try to wipe it off. If you wipe it off quick enough, you should be able to get it off. If you leave it on there, you're going to have a lot of bumpy pickups. Okay, so that's good. I think that's all I'm going to do with the gold leaf today because it's a commitment. It's a commitment to mess. I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to put this one aside too. And what else do we have? We also have this eye one we can use. Let's see if that other one is ready to pull. Still feeling a little bit cool to the touch, so I'm going to put the fan on it. Oh, this gold one's still wet. I just stuck my finger right in it. So I'm going to just put the fan over here. I should have turned it on earlier. So let's use another 5x7. We got lots of plates going today. Can you soak the brayer? Yes, you soak it. I soak it in warm water and Dawn dish soap overnight, and then that's how I got this one clean. And then after it being overnight, it just peels off. Oh, that's the wrong side. No, they're both interesting. Okay, this one has some wrinkles on it. Oh, this one, wow, we're really getting the wrinkling happening today. So that's going to look something like that, but I think there's going to be some big wrinkles in it. So I'm going to put this one under the book to try to flatten it out. How are we doing for time? Okay, we're okay. We got time to make a few more. Let's see. We've got our 5x7. And PM Artist Studio, they do have some Egyptian stencils and stamps. I just don't happen to have any of them. Okay, let's put that there. Now I keep wanting to do gold. Should we do gold on this one too? Or we could do black. Or let's do that other technique that we did with the suspension eye. Let's use this ivory black, and we'll do a little bit. We'll try to do a not a long haul, but a mid haul, I guess we'd call it. Okay, so I'm going to do that. You can use placemats. Let's see, do I have something I could put that on top of? We can try it on top of here. I don't know that it's going to do much, but let's see. Thanks, Dar. Dar put the link to the PM Artist Studio Egyptian stuff. Like I said, I don't have any of it. Okay, so that's not bad. And then let's do this metallic green. So that was the other, this was a different green. This was metallic leaf green. Let's put that on a black paper. I just happen to have this piece sitting around. Now, I've never done a long haul with a non-PM Artist Studio stencil. And that looks cool, but what I can see is that this stencil is Mylar, and it pulled up, like it's some of the paper stuck to it, which I mean, I can clean that off, but that's cool. That metallic green does have like a gold sheen to it. So that's neat. Let's use, should use a metallic purple. And this one I'll put on, I think this black deli paper that Dee Dee sent me should work well. It probably won't get stuck to the stencil. And this is a little bit wet, so I'm going to use a different brayer. Okay. That's cool too. I like it. You guys see that? I like it. Those two go together pretty nicely too. And let's go ahead and take this off and let's let that dry. Let's see, what do I have that I can, here, let's use this. If it's not too late to flop it off onto, we'll flop it onto this one. See if we get anything. Bye, Becky. Thanks for coming. Have fun at work. Wah, wah, wah. Let's try rubbing it off and see if some of that. Now you have to be careful, certain stencils, if there's like little bits hanging off and you're rubbing, you might catch them and pull them. So I'm wiping off the green and the purple metallic paints. Doing like a rub off here. I don't think the result's going to be metallic, but okay, so that looks kind of ancient. Alrighty, alrighty. Let's see. Okay, this gold one is ready to go. We're gonna let this one dry. Let me put these two aside here. Okay, now is there color we haven't really used yet? I like gold on darker colors. Bye, Ivy Pearl. Thanks for coming. What if we do an ombre of this metallic green? That's not dark enough. No. What if we do Payne's gray and that Prussian blue? And we'll do the Prussian blue on the top part. That's where I stuck my finger when I was checking if it was dry. So This is the Payne's Gray on the bottom. And the Prussian blue on the top. And we're going to pick it up with the Hammermill 32 pound. And I think I'm going to, yeah, we'll use the big brayer again here. Down to the, go up. Okay. And again, it feels like there's too much paint, so I'm just going to gently roll a little bit off. Hopefully I didn't roll off too much. Looks like I rolled off too much there, but that's okay. We can't be perfect. Bye, Elizabeth. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Oh, hi, Nanamo. Did I see you come in? Maybe I did. I don't. It's hard to remember, especially when I see people at other people's streams and I say hi there. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. Getting that a really good press. You can use your Baron. Can you guys hear my fan going or not too bad? Okay, so this is the one that we did the mini long haul, and we did the suspension bridge. So actually where it wrinkled, I think because I put the book on top of it, it was able to salvage it and get most of that print. So there. That is gorgeous. I love it. You can't hear the fan. Excellent. I love it. So that, let's see, I think a King Tut would look cool on that. Let me grab King Tut. Funky, funky Tut. One of these. Or one of those. For that beetle. Beetle would look good there. Let's see. King Tut. Ooh, the cat. I like the cat. Cat. We could fussy cut him out and put him on there. Wouldn't that look gorgeous? Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. All right. How are we doing? We got 10 more minutes and then we're gonna do something in the journal. We just gotta pull these last prints. And this one's probably dry. Yeah, so let's pull that with something. Not this dry. Okay, so this has green and purple and that ivory black. So I want to put gold on it, but maybe I want to do something different. It's so hard not to do gold. It's already got green, it's got purple. Maybe we just do the Prussian blue and see how that looks. Let's try it. Let's not overthink it. Okay, and Uh-oh, my iPad died. I can't see chat. I'll have to go up in here. Okay, let that dry. So we still have to pull that one. That one's not ready. Okay, this one's ready. Which one is this? Oh, this is the one with the gold. So that had the, I didn't do a good job ombreing this. So this had the Payne's Gray and the Prussian Blue. So I didn't do a great job with the ombre. There's my hand carved stamp. Okay, let's see what else is ready to pull. I think we just have 2 more to pull, right? The gold leaf one, which is a little bit of a disaster. Okay, let's let those dry a bit more. Let's review the prints that we have and start on the journal page. Just collecting all of these. Okay, so let's do a flip through of our prints. So this one we did last time, which I think would work in this journal. Okay, I got to get a plug-in to plug in my iPad because I can't see you guys chatting. Let me just grab the cord. And then we have about half an hour left to do a journal page or 2, which should be fun. Let's see if that's gonna work. Okay. All right, so this is the one of the geometric ones, cube reversals, one of my designs. Very simple. This is a couple different layers, the suspension eye and then the hieroglyphics. This is the hieroglyphics on the black deli paper with the green metallic and the purple metallic. Hi, Rhonda. That's okay. And then this is the green metallic through the stencil. Here is that one we just pulled. This one is the suspension eye mini long haul. I think that's my favorite one. And then this was just the wiping through the stencil to get the extra paint off. This was part of that long haul pull with the metallic turquoise, what's it called? Ultramarine, aquamarine metallic. This was the layer of the cube reversal with a bit of dragon eye that was left on the plate. That's your favorite one too, Kenny? This was part of doing the dragon, the suspension eye mini haul. This one here. I'll just assemble those together. So these 3, these all happened with the same stencil. These 2 happened with the same stencil, and those happened together. Okay. And then we have this one, which was the cleaning off the stencil on top of the one that had the brayer. Now this I think would look cool coffee dyed. So I think I would coffee dye that page, or even just use some ink to make it look coffee dyed. I think that would look kind of neat. And then this was the flop off of that one. those three, those go together, these go together. So we worked with a few different sets today, and those go together. Okay, let me see if I can pull those stencils yet. I'm just seeing if I can open my iPad now. There's enough battery. It's 1%. Okay, that one's ready to pull. And what was this one? I don't even remember. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Looks like it's glowing. That looks really cool. I like that. I'm gonna cut that. Thanks, Joanne, for sending me the Egyptian ephemera and inspiring me to do some Egyptian jelly printing. You're very generous. All right, let's see how our gold leaf one turned out. Okay. So, wah, wah, wah. I'd probably maybe overstamp it. This, you could do a pickup, which I'll do later, but you could pick that up with another print. This, I would probably just stamp over it again with black though this time. Where's our black? Black, black. Here it is. Sorry, my iPad's just not staying on here. Now it's not charging. Oh dear. Well, thanks, Joanne. I'm glad you're finding it inspiring. We're inspiring each other here, right? It's all about sharing. Sharing and caring. Okay, so I'm going to try that one in the middle here. How many gel plates do I have? I have 2 8x10s. I have 2 5x7s. I have one 4-inch round. I have a set of mini plates, a 3-inch round, 3-inch triangle, and a 3-inch square. I have, and then I have Big Peggy, who is which is a 12 by 14, I want to say. So I'm just trying to salvage this one a little bit. So if you're not happy with something, just add more layers, right? I don't want to wreck my nice print underneath there. And I'm going to wrap that back up. Make sure you wash your foam stamps after. It looks ancient. Yes, I guess it does look ancient. And then my, whoopsie, my hand carved stamp. Let me move this. I don't want to wreck it. And let's try that. Oh, I went too far down there. Oh, well. So that's something. I don't know if it's any good, but it's something. And then I'm going to wipe off that gold leaf and that acrylic paint. Looks like a dragon eye with golden scales. Cool. Maybe I'll have to move that to a dragon journal instead of a ancient Egypt or Egyptian journal. Okay, so that one's not so good. You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna just pick this up with this alizarin crimson, and we'll let it set while we're doing our journal page. And I need a piece of paper. Is that gonna fit? Yes. Hi, Jolu. Is the gold leaf embedded into the paint? No, it's not embedded. It's just sitting on the surface. So I'm using another layer of paint to pick it up. So we'll pull that in a minute. That's just gotta dry and then we'll pull it. So it is not embedded. Okay. Now you just wipe my hands and then we'll get some, ooh, I'm all out of baby wipes. You wipe my hands and then we'll get some, we'll do it, work on a journal page. Just need more baby wipes, which are in this box. I'm running low. I'm gonna have to go back to Costco and get some more baby wipes. Save the roll-off sheet. This one? Sure. That's a good idea. I have black. So we'll save that with the other roll-off sheet over here. Okay, just wipe my hands. All right, let's do a page in our, so this journal, I don't want it to be, I'm inspired by Dee Dee to do sort of a dry style collage journal, not a lot of paint directly in the journal. So gel prints are allowed. We're gonna use some of these ephemera that, I like that cat that Joanne sent me. We got more here. Let's grab our journal out. So everybody voted they want the cat napkin to be on the cover. And then I'm not sure if I'll put all these, maybe I'll do 3. There was another one, wasn't there? And then this is washi tape that Zandra sent me. Ooh, I like that too. Anyways, we'll work on the cover another time. So we're not doing the cover right now. And okay, so we decided we're gonna put this here. Now I really want to work with my favorite print from today, which is this one. Now when I did the other side here, I did do both sides. This is the Art Nouveau side. So we're turning it, see that's a gel print, that's a gel print. So you can layer in here. Just don't want anything too bumpy. Okay, so let's just open it up. Let's start here. So we could do a 2-page spread where I cut this in half because I do love it. I think I want to take a picture of it first though. I want to do, I think I would want to keep that as in my files. Hey Carrie, good to see you. I could add a pocket to the cover. Ooh, that's a good idea. So I'm gonna cut this and the edges off, then I'm gonna cut it in half and we'll put it on here. I'm having trouble seeing my chat right now. Every now and then I look up at my phone and I can see it there. I'm going to see if there's room to leave like a little bit of a black border, because I think that does look kind of neat if it'll fit. Let's see, let's see, let's see. King Tut. Funky, funky Tut. Okay. And then this is, I'm going to cut it. I think 5 and 5 should be the middle, right? And also the middle of the design should be a good idea too. Okay, I feel like that's the middle of the design. Let's see how it fits. Okay, that's good. I could use a black marker to fill in. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a black, I can't use a Sharpie because it'll go through to the other side. I'm going to use just a bit of this King Art. Just going to do that. I don't want the white of the center just glaring out at me. So I'm just going to kind of smudge it in. Okay, that's pretty, that's better. Okay, so we can glue that down. Before we glue, so sorry if I'm missing chat. I don't know if I should keep that cat as a tag. This beetle would look very cool here. I almost feel like fussy cutting the beetle. Okay, let's fussy cut the beetle, and then I can stand up and look at the screen. Steve Martin, yes, he's fun. Okay, let's fussy cut this beetle. Scarab, right? It's a scarab. Now, I'm not the quickest fussy cutter in the West, but I'm just gonna do my best. I'll come back and get those other areas in a second. The trick with fussy cutting, I learned from Dee Willingham, is to move your paper, not your scissors. Now it's supposed to be an amulet this way, right? But I'm going to cut off the amulet part and just make it a scarab. Ooh, that looks cool too. There's 3 Etsy sellers. Joanne Newman sent me a bunch of digitals. I'm not sure which one this is, but if you scroll back to where I start showing the Happy Mail from Joanne, I do list out the different Etsy sellers. So you could check those ones to see which digitals. I'm sorry, I don't have the exact information on hand, but yes, they are lovely digitals. Sorry, I'm going in and out of focus, aren't I? Because I have to see what I'm doing. be great if we could get at least one page in our Egyptian journal done. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate people watching the replay. It's fun. I like getting feedback. I like, even if it's suggestions on how to improve things, I'm okay with suggestions on how to improve. I'm just doing the best I can. Oh, yeah, I understand that, Carrie. I understand. But you could probably find something similar. I'm sure there's other sites you can find Egyptian ephemera. Okay. Now, mostly this book, I wanted to do just small strips of gel prints and then some inking and some different things, but I just love this print so much, so I want to incorporate the whole print because I was really happy with how it turned out. And I was talking about that something doesn't have to necessarily be Egyptian in name to give Egyptian vibes, depending on what colors you use with it. So use what you have. We did use your eye stencils today, your eye stamps today, Carrie, but they didn't work as well as I'd hoped. So we might put him somewhere. Even there. And then what if we cut out, I'm just going to cut this out like a triangle. Thanks, Dar. Dar put a link in for some Egyptian ephemera books. Yeah, I bet you, I think, is that a Portos book? They probably have Egyptian ephemera, right? Okay, so this one doesn't go all the way. So what we could do is we could put it over here. Or not even use it. Let's see what else. The problem is when you have a gel print that you love, it's hard to cover it up. Just going to cut out this cat as a tag first. Yeah, maybe I'll have to get one of, well, I don't need any extra, do I? Because I've got all the stuff that Joanne sent me. Maybe we cluster these two together. I'm not sure about him. I don't think I'm feeling him. I do love this cat though. But I feel like I want to fussy cut the cat. So let's do that. Sorry if I'm going in and out of focus. So some of you know that my channel name, Devon Rex for Art, is because I used to have a cat that was a Devon Rex cat. Devon Rexes have very large ears, kind of like this cat. My cat was kind of, they're supposed to be somewhat hairless. Mine was kind of on the fluffy side. And her whiskers always looked like they were broken. They just didn't grow properly, just the way her fur was. Her fur was kind of like curly, almost like a poodle. They're supposed to be somewhat non-shedding. yes, Joanne, digitals are very economical for us Canadians. It gets a bit pricey to get all those books. I'm just going to cut his whiskers off. I changed my mind here. So digitals are more economical for us Canadians, and probably overseas too. You miss yours? Yeah. Ooh, that's kind of neat. What about just like that? I feel like, I mean, I don't want to cover the print, but I feel like maybe we need one more element. How are we doing for time? Ooh, we're running out of time. Of course we are. Now, do you guys think I should fussy cut? I think I should fussy cut this and maybe not have the pyramid. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to fussy cut that. And we're not going to include the pyramid. Yuta's saying, let the beautiful print shine. Thanks, Yuta. Okay, so I think that's going to be a page. Just like that. Off with the pyramid. Off with his head. The bird with the sun looks neat. The bird with the sun. This one? Yeah, that's cool. We'll definitely use that on another one. But I think I like just the 3 elements on this one. Good night, Carrie. Have a good night. And I think before I glue it down, I'll probably use some ink around the edges to maybe distress it a little bit. So Dar had a cat named Casey. Aw. Hey, Messy Diane. I showed our collaboration at the beginning of the stream. So do I want to use that art crayon to do the, let's do that. So that's going to go on top of there. And I'll probably glue it on after the stream. But let's just add just a little bit of this to the edge here. Just to age it a wee bit. Now, Diane, I know you do digitals. Do you have any Egyptian digitals in your shop, in your Ko-fi shop? So this is just a King Art crayon. It's going to go there. With our featured gel print of the day. Oh, I need this over here. So I'm having to stand up right now to see chat because my iPad battery went kapoots and the plugin's not working to charge it. So I apologize if I'm missing chat. So Messy Diane said that she has a folder of Egyptian themed, but doesn't have them ready yet. Girl, you better get on that. Okay. There we go. I think that is going to be the first page in my Egyptian journal. Let me just put that under there. So that was our favorite print. And I'll glue those on later. So I had lots of fun making all these prints with you guys. Next week is going to be a giveaway week. I hope to be playing with my new stencil that is going to be released at the beginning of October. I like this one too. This is kind of cool. Excuse me. That one's okay. I like the parchment, like the craft color there. That would make a good background. And we have this one, which I think would look cool with this this on top. Maybe that would look good together, right? Am I right? I'll put that together there. And then we got this one. Thanks, Lena. And this one we did last week. It's going to end up in this journal. And we have one more. Oh yeah, we have one more print to pull. The hopefully the redemption of our gold leaf. So this was our gold leaf that was kind of wah wah wah. Here is this one. So that's going to work well in this journal, I think, this red color. So it pulled up the extras. And then this, I wouldn't feel so bad, you know, covering it with something, right? Like I could just put that, like I could cut that out. Someone liked that bird with the sun. I like it as well. So let me just cut it out real quick. Or you could use a deckled edge scissor, decal edge ruler, or a decal scissor to make the edges look more like parchment. You could ink the edges and then boom, that could be a page. So yeah, I've been wanting to do an Egyptian journal for a while, so I think this is going to be fun. Thanks, Joanne. Oh, Messy Dye said that would look good in your spooky book. Yes, you're working on a new Halloween journal, right? So I think that's about time for us. Is there any questions? Thanks, Belinda. Thanks, Yuda. I'm just scrolling back on my phone up here. Sorry if I missed you. Like I said, my iPad died. Third page done. Yes, we're going to slip that right in there. That's going to be the third page. Yeah. Thanks, Kenny. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you around again. Thank you, Dar. Thank you for being such an awesome mod as usual. And for my other mods that were here. And I guess next week I'm hoping to play with my new stencil design. And I'm going to keep working. Thanks, Nanimo. I'm going to keep working on getting some videos ready for release while I am on vacation. But I will be here next week. So I will see you guys next week. Thanks for coming. Oh, and you can check out Art Junkie is going to be on soon. Oh, good, Casey. Thanks for coming. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye. And then of course I have to take this off of here every time. And then I have to press end. Okay, bye.